Hello and welcome to Kudrick Farms. We're back with another episode of UMRV, Upper Mississippi River Valley, and we are picking up pretty much right where we left off last episode. I did finish running the other load of soybeans up here, and this is just the little bit of leftovers that we had in the bin site, so I should be able to get this 400 bushels or so dropped off real quick, and I'll get the train going if I can squeeze past this here. If I remember right, there's a train rental spot right here. Maybe, I can't remember if I've got icons turned on or not. Maybe it's on the other side here. There it is. We can rent the train right here at this spot for $1,000 an hour. Let's go ahead and grab that. It should arrive soon. It's 4 kilometers away. We just missed it. It's getting farther away because that started with a 3.9. Either way, it'll be here in a moment, and we can always jump back to it. We'll be able to tab to it once it comes through. So I'm going to get this semi out of here, see if I can make this turn a little bit easier than coming from the other way. Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna squeeze through, knock over a few of these flowers here, but that's all right. And I'm gonna just send him all the way back up to the farm yard and let him keep doing his thing. And then if we hop on up here to the other field, the jobs that we got going, we have the slurry spreader moving out here in the field somewhere. I'm thinking he's going to get full at some point, but I'm not sure exactly when. And I'm going to get this windrow rake set up and moving on this field, and I'm going to try and set up follow me to follow behind him here. It's been a little bit since we've done follow me, so I don't remember exactly what the keyboard combinations are for that, but I think if I just leave this guy here and running, and then we hop into the other tractor here, which is dangerously low on fuel, but not quite into the red yet, I suppose. We should be able to pop him up here into maybe 6th gear and get everything turned on, lowered, and lined up. Just get right up here on the windrow, and I'm gonna actually get pretty close up to this guy just because I want to make sure that we're straight on. We're gonna make a life easy on ourselves here and open up the menu, and initiate/choose is right control F. Okay, that's why it didn't work. I pushed left control and it didn't work out for me. I'm at 25 meters follow distance. Let me see what that's going to look like as I pull forward here. It looks like our slurry spreader just got empty. At 25 meters is feeling pretty good. He's getting not too close. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how well we can pull this off. I do want to keep that slurry spreader going, but I think I will finish doing this field first, and then we can switch over and try and hit the other job before we move to the next field with this setup. So we're going here about 9 miles an hour. I could probably give this one more gear. There we go. This looks like it's going to cap at 9. I know the baler can go faster than the rake can move, which is okay. I'm not in a hurry. We're still doing this faster than the baler would do it if I just set the baler off on this same course, doing each row individually. And I'm going to try my hardest to not get the rake too far off of the field here. But more importantly, I don't want to miss any of our hay as we're going through this. It'd be kind of upsetting if I have to circle back around with this whole setup and grab a bit of missed hay. So we're going to err on the side of making sure we're picking it all up as we go around the outside here, and just trying to grab all of the headland bits. Now I suppose realistically all I've really got to do is kind of keep it lined up on this middle of the 3 headland passes. That we know that this thing is wide enough to pick up approximately 3 of our dropped rows of hay here. And I'm not seeing that our baler is necessarily keeping up with us as close as I thought he would. Might need to jump into that guy and bump him up a gear. I can't remember if Follow Me is capable of handling the shifting when you've got a manual transmission setup going. Let's see though if he can handle this turn. It's a little bit tighter than I was expecting there. Hopefully I didn't miss too much hay. Let's take a quick look. No, I didn't miss any. The baler gonna miss any, or is he gonna figure this out? Whoops. Try and drive straight while looking behind me here is always a challenge. Looks like we might have missed just a little bit on the end there. That's all right. We'll be able to pick that up on the way back. I am going to have to be careful as I get to the end row here, not to run into these bales, though. That's going to be a little bit of a challenge given how big this thing is. Maybe what I'll have to do is turn a little bit early here and just grab this. So I've got 1, 2, 3 rows, and then this is the row I want to turn back into then, if I'm counting correctly. Looks good. And it looks like we're going to lose one of those rows there. That's all right. What we'll do is try and come down here and take the remaining bits all the way back up to the end, and then I've got just a little bit of rows up there to grab as well. So we've just got to keep ourselves moving here. Try not to get too off course. Try not to take a bale with us. How am I going to do this? This bale's really in my way. I guess what I can do is we'll circle this way on a nice gradual curve that hopefully the baler can keep up with. And then we'll circle this way. I'm going to lift this thing up. And then ideally the baler is going to get out of my way. And we'll come right back in on the long row like so. And hopefully we've solved the problem of that bit that we missed the previous time. I'm hoping he doesn't drop a bale off in the water when he's turning down there. And we're going to be wrapping up this field right quick here. It's crazy to me, though, after running so many higher speed implements lately, going 9 miles an hour feels really slow sometimes. Well, we're getting a fair amount of bales off of this field. I'm counting, at least 10, I think, that we're going to pull off of this field. So definitely worth it to keep going here with using this for grass, I think. Silage wise, it's just such a pain to try and run that big equipment out here. I find saving the big fields for doing our silage works out a lot better, mostly because I like to leverage as much automation and stuff as possible for some of those jobs. Here we go, moving right on into these little short rows that we need to clean up. Some graphical issues with the side of that windrow. I don't know what's going on with that. And I'm going to squeeze in here and try and pick up just that little bit there. And then let's go ahead and raise this up. We'll fold it up so we don't take out any bales. And I'm thinking that this baler's actually going to be able to just follow us down here. I'm going to take a nice leisurely pace here so it doesn't get too far behind me. I'm kind of surprised it's actually going as slow as it is. There we go. It's done. It should go faster down this hill, I would think. I'm going to set my gears down just a little bit. I'm going to hop into that, though, and check what gear it's running in as soon as I get on the road here. I think that I might have left it in too slow of a gear, because I know that baler should be going faster than 9 miles an hour. Yeah, it's no, it's moving between 7th and 8th here. So it just must be a function of Follow Me slowing down for turns and different things, probably. No big deal. Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and crank up my speed a smidge. It should be able to handle keeping up with me on the road if that's the case. And I think the best bet here is to do pretty much what we did before when we were baling the field, which is to start down here in this corner. However, I'm going to come at it from this other driveway, I think, so that we can get a nice straight shot at it. If I can fit through with this guy, the baler shouldn't be a problem. We'll expand. our rake here and get that all set up. There we go. And just like the other field, all we got to do is follow this middle windrow here, and it should get all three. This is only going to take us like 2 times around the field to finish this one up. A lot smaller than that other field for sure. And as always, let's double check the baler's doing its thing. Looks like it's picking up the windrow, no problems. Try and keep ourselves from going too far off of the field here. He must have been pretty full in the other field to be immediately dropping a bale there as soon as he gets into the field. That's fine. Spread them out a little bit. And I do have the bale trailer all loaded up and ready to drop into that harvest store. We bought a bunch of silage bales off camera between the episodes here, and I figured we were going to make a bunch of feed to try and move the time forward. We just need to get to the point where we can do that. And so I've got the hay ready to go for when we do eventually need to put some more in there. However, I forgot how long it takes to process that stuff, and I didn't want to move the time forward too much until we sold off these soybeans. The price is starting to go back down. I don't want to miss out on a good price on soybeans, so we've got the time's kind of at half X right now, and we're waiting to do everything. I got distracted with doing this job. I was going to finish selling the soybeans. We've got a train waiting for us and everything, I think. And here we are raking up our hay instead. So as soon as we get done with this job, we're going to switch gears and get out there and sell those soybeans. And then we can start moving the time forward, because we got to move time forward at multiple days here in order to get to being able to silage or chop our corn for silage. And so it's just a million things to do here in the summer. But I guess running the dairy farm, we do most of our work now in the spring and summer from haying and silage, that we don't have as much stuff to do in the fall like you would on a more arable farm, I suppose. I'm guessing in real life that the dairy farmers are probably spreading out some of those tasks a little bit more than I do, but that's okay. We're going to try and tackle everything as soon as it's ready to go. And it looks like that baler is doing a good job of keeping up with us. So I'm going to go ahead and just run this tractor right on over to the other field, but we're going to not jump right into this job. We're going to actually let the baler catch up. I'm going to create a course play course for this, I think, over in this next field. And then we'll switch gears and go take care of those soybeans. I'm always curious how far away I can get before Follow Me kind of gives up and doesn't know what to do. It's seeming to do a pretty good job back there, though. And I'm just realizing I think I started the worker down on the bottom part of this field originally. I'm going to do the same thing with my course play course, and hopefully we'll generate a very similar course, even though it's a different sized implement. I'm hoping that because they're fairly close, and I did 3 headland passes, that starting this guy off like right down here is going to work out for us. Let's give it a shot. We're going to just go ahead and create a job. I'm going to open the course generator. We're only going to do 1 headland pass with 1 tool. I don't know why it says my work width is only 9.5 feet, though. Oh, that's actually right, because it's 15 meters, I think. So we're going to do this. No, that can't be right. This thing's got to be way bigger than 9.5 feet. Let's unfold it and see what it says, because that course is way too close to the edge of the field here. Yeah, it's not reading the value right. So when that happens, I find the best thing to do is to just hop into here, and let's see what it says its width is supposed to be. 15 meters even. And this is where having different things in different units kind of throws you off. I believe this thing should be right around 49.2 feet wide. I love how the value is between 0 and 50, but I think that's supposed to be meters, and all my stuff is being converted to feet right now. So it should be this 49.2 feet. So we're going to do that. We're going to generate. And then we're going to go ahead and start this off at the first waypoint, and we'll see how it does. Looks like we're hitting it pretty much right on. I wasn't going to run follow me here, but it seems to be working, so maybe I'll let it continue. And I'm just going to grab this bale and move it out of the way for a second so we don't have some massive problems. Set this back down here. Now this is going to cause me problems if I don't pick up the bales as we go. I know I said I was going to go sell those soybeans, but I think we got so many jobs in flight right now. I think what we're going to do is actually jump on the pickup truck real quick, and I'm going to run around and pick up those bales on the headland right behind those guys so that we don't end up with a situation where the rake is picking up all the headland bales and causing huge problems. So I think the best bet, because it's already got a head start on us, is to go down here and get the ones from the start of the course first, and then race around the headland and try and catch up with it and get the rest of them here. I don't see them coming yet, so they're not moving as fast as I was concerned that they might be. So we should have plenty of time to clean these up before there's a mess. This would have been avoidable if I just waited to start the baler on the course play course instead of using follow me, but it was already up and running. Might as well just live with it now. And I'm realizing we forgot about this other field across the creek there. We need to go ahead and get that mowed before we move time forward as well. So we'll have to jump on that here shortly. I just want to, we're almost done with this headland pass, so I just want to kind of keep following along here and make sure that we grab all these bales and there's no unexpected issues with the rake running into anybody. And then I can get the manure spreading going again, and then we can finally go sell all of these soybeans that we've been talking about forever. We're getting a fair amount of hay off of this field too. I'm actually surprised that we're already up to 13 bales on just the headland here. It's not that big of a field. It's bigger than the other smaller fields that we were doing, but not that big. Oh man, this guy's struggling to get up this hill. Well, that's probably why he keeps getting further and further behind the other implement. I guess I could have given him a nudge to help him up, but didn't want to damage the baler. Awesome. And the follow me guy's making a pretty good amount of bank, it looks like, on his worker wages. Not a problem per se, just noticing how much that was, like 83 bucks, and we've barely even moved forward. I guess we've moved forward 1 hour. Oh man, I hope that we don't pay for the train for that long. Let's go ahead and get this train going. Pull this right up here. Let me see if I can remember what the button is to open that up. There we go. And let's see if we can find ourselves some soybeans. There we go. 5,000 bushels of soybeans. Here we go. Oh, there we go. First trailer is full. We'll pull right on up here and top off the second one. We're actually going to need 3 trailers. Looks like our semi is set up to hold the same amount of grain as a grain trailer on the, or a grain car on the train here. I don't know how I feel about that. There's 5,100 bushels, and we should have just a little bit left now for the third car. Now, all we got to do is run this down the track and get it delivered. I suppose we could close up all of the train cars. Oh, I can't zoom back far enough. There we go. Got them all closed up here. And here we go. Finally at the edge of the map. Send the train through the tunnel. Yes, we want to sell all of our goods. And look at that. We're at $500 and something thousand for all of that. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and bounce back here, make sure this is all working correctly. It looks like it's doing okay. Having a little bit of a trouble pulling in here onto the same row, but not too bad. And that's right, we need to top off our manure spreader. Let me just continue to bounce around here until I can find that. We're starting to get quite a load of equipment. And we've got this thing running pretty good here where I can just run this semi out to where the slurry spreader stopped and get it topped off pretty easily now. Apparently the semi loads from the rear or unloads from the rear. So it's just as easy as pulling up behind the slurry tanker and kind of backing up to it so they meet up almost. And we can dump off this digestate. It works really quick because we've modified this trailer a little bit to increase the unload speeds just to make life easy when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of gallons. Sitting around and waiting for a more realistic speed was taking too much time. There we go. Unload just like that. We've topped it off. I'm going to pull this forward a little bit so that the slurry spreader can unfold here. And then I just need to start this off on the nearest waypoint. Gets himself all unfolded and away we go. Perfect. That's so much easier than what we were doing before, which is driving all the way back up to the BGA to refill. And this semi-trailer, because we've got them set up to hold so much slurry to facilitate moving slurry on the farm over to the BGA, is holding, I guess I should say, so much digestate that I can hold multiple fields worth in here at one time. So no more even needing to think about heading back to the BGA while we're doing a field. Just bring the semi out here and top it off whenever it needs it. I'm sure I could set up an elaborate auto drive course play setup where I park this on the edge and course play would come and unload or refill wherever I park it, but honestly, for how slow of a job the manure spreading is here, or the digestate, it takes just a minute to hop over here and top him off whenever he runs out, which has not been a big deal so far. Well, next up, we better jump into one of these swathers and get it brought over and start cutting that last field of hay that we've got. I can't believe we forgot about that when I was putting all this equipment away. It's actually one of my favorite fields because it's such a nice, long, narrow field. It's always so easy to jump in and take care of. But alas, we forgot about it, so now we got to take care of it. We've missed quite a few chunks of grass here in this field with the baler, though. I'm kind of surprised by that. It seemed to do a better job in the other fields that we've already tackled. I guess at the end of the day, it's not like FS19 Seasons mod where the grass would deteriorate over time, so it'll be there when we get around to raking that field the next time, and we'll eventually pick it all up. I'm gonna park this guy right in here, and let's see about creating a new course. We're gonna do the same thing with 3 headlands that we did previously. I think that's the best call here. Should make life easy with the rake in a second. And let me tab over to the rake. I think it just finished. Yep. No, it didn't finish. It got stuck. Why is it? Oh, it's trying to back up to make this turn, probably. All right, well, let's take over and see if we can just do this the old-fashioned way. Why are we going so slow? We must be in a really low gear. Oh my, he's going diagonally across this field instead of following the rows like the other guy did. I didn't even notice that. Oh well. That might be why we're missing little bits here and there. The course doesn't quite line up right, and we got some gaps. Okay, well, lesson learned, lesson learned. We probably should have done what I thought and ran all 3 of these guys through the same thing. Now, the problem is that the worker gave up here when he ran into that guy. So what I'm going to do is actually come in here and copy that course, and then I'm going to paste it right into here and tell him to go. We'll see how he does. Guess he's going to leave that little bit that I messed up doing it manually, but he should be able to get the rest of it. If it's just that little bit that he leaves, I'll be happy. We lost quite a bit over there too. Maybe we'll have to come back and clean this up when it's all said and done. But this will get us moving again. And that was the intent. Ouch, I almost got ran over by the baler. Is he gonna go do his thing? Is he on some weird, can't get too close to the windrower type problem? Windrower's done. So let me take this guy. Oh, he's folding everything up. I wanted him to leave it unfolded. We were going to try and rake up some of the mess that we've got down here. Should make my life easier when I come and try to manually come back over here with the baler after the fact. Although I've got bales in the way, so I can't. I wanted to kind of go right through the middle of this area, but now I've got to circle around the bales. I guess I've got a wire guard there. It should push that out of the way a little bit. And then if I just jump up this way, we can combine all this mess into a single pass and not do quite as much back and forth with the baler. Perfect. Now we can fold this all up, and I'm going to bring it down here, and we're just going to park down where I've got all of our other hay equipment parked. I don't think I've got room to put this in that shed at the moment, because we've kind of made a mess of things down here with how I've been parking my equipment. But we should be able to at least just put it over here on the gravel. Careful not to block my bale shed. We may need to get in there and load some more bales or something. And as long as I'm here, we might as well grab this bale trailer and go load up some bales. They're not all going to fit on here, but I bet we can get a good amount of them. We'll circle down this way and probably grab that baler and finish off these tidbits that we just raked up before I forget about them. I have a bad habit of having good intentions and then completely forgetting what we were going to do in the first place. So we'll try to do a better job of that here by not letting too much time pass before I jump back into what I was planning on working on. And this is why I was comparing it to that semi-trailer. Like, there's just not enough mass on this pickup truck to handle the crazy hills and stuff that we've got on some of these fields, so I get pushed around by this giant bale trailer quite a bit. I'm hoping there's not too many bales down here on the bottom of this hill, but I'm wrong, and we're probably just going too fast here. Just got pulled aside by the trailer again. There's that one, and we'll try to get these few on the end here as long as I'm down here, and then I won't have to jump up and down this hill anymore. That's my hope. We can stay up on the flat top. We're gonna do pretty well. And look at all those bales we've still got left. Shouldn't be a problem. We're just gonna toss these right into the bale storage since we're over here anyway. Circle around all these buildings and different stuff. And I should be able to unload to the right, if I recall. It doesn't matter which side we're on. So we're going to pull it in right here. And then we're going to do a Y. Move them over here. I'm going to push Y. And then this is the trailer where I can load them back up right away. And then push Y just to toss them right off the trailer again. Works out really well so that I don't have to be using the super strength like we were using previously. And I really appreciate the person that dropped that tip in the comments a few episodes back. It is very useful. Now I'm gonna do what? What am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. We needed to circle right back out into that field. We got a ton more bales to pick up. Whoops, my bad. We just zigged when we should have zagged. Here we go. I should be able to get everything onto the trailer this time. There's not that many bales left out here. And see, I'd already forgotten about that baler down there and needing to make a few more bales. I should do that soon before we take off with this trailer because I need to pick up any bales that we actually create. Now, looks like our manure spreader is empty again. We're just getting behind on everything right now. All right, this is the last bale we've actually got available. Let me shut this down for a minute. And since this is the first thing we tab to, we're going to go ahead and run this out here, get that slurry spreader moving, since I do have to do the slurry on all the other grass fields again too. It pays to keep this guy moving. It's the slowest job that we've got for sure, but also one of the best ones because it keeps our yields nice and high. We're gonna have to get out here and spread some lime as well, if I recall. Our pH levels are pretty low, so we might want to do that before I move time forward out of July. I think it's probably easier to do while the grass is low. It's easier to see where you've spread. I'm going to back this guy up just a smidge so that we don't have the gap that we missed like last time, and start him off. Should be good to go. And we'll just bring this again right back down to the other end of the field, our little parking spot. A good spot for it along the edge of the field. Haven't had it run into me with that parking area yet, so if it's working, don't fix it. And checking in on our swather here, looks like we're doing pretty good at cutting the hay on this field. Got a few more rounds to go, so I think what we'll do next, I know, the baler. Get back to the baler. We're going to take this guy over there and get him hooked up to the dry fertilizer spreader so that we can start spreading the lime on those fields over there. I think I've even got some lime in the seed tender semi-trailer, so we should be able to get started pretty easily with this. If I recall, we left that over here in this barn right here. Oh, and it's already got just a little bit in there, not enough to get started, but we'll pull it out here into the yard, and then I'll have to get the semi hooked up and moved over here to fill it up and all that good stuff. But we're not going to do that first. We're going to just get this out here. This way I won't forget that this is the next job we're going to do. And we're going to actually go get this baler moving and finish this job before we start a new one. All right, here we are. We are flashing red in the fuel category now. I forgot about that. We'll have to deal with that here momentarily. I'm going to grab the hay right here before we move on to the section below. I'm going to turn to my left here and get this strip to the left. I don't know how worth it some of these smaller strips on the up-down is going to be for us. And I'm really nervous. I don't want to run out of fuel because then I have to tow it, and it's just a hassle in general. So we're going to try and wrap this job up before the fuel actually runs out. It feels like we've still got a few more gallons of diesel in the tank. Yeah, we're not getting that much. I'm thinking I'm not going to bother with the up-down rows that are super skinny there. I'm going to focus on just this area in the corner where we've got a pretty decent sized pile. This tractor is a little underpowered for pulling this big baler up and down some of these hills, it would seem. Here we go. You can do it. The little tractor that could. Up, up, up the hill we go. Yeah, we're not getting nearly enough hay to make a bale out of all this. So, I don't know. I guess we're getting over 80 now. I don't think we're going to get 20% more out of cleaning up these little scraggly pieces, though, is the thing. So I'm hesitant to waste my time going around. I think we're just going to wait and get these tidbits on the next cutting. We'll leave them out here. And by that time, we'll be able to finish off this bale. Or I've got a whole nother field to go anyway where we'll finish off this bale. So it doesn't make any sense to sit here and spend a half an hour cleaning up little tiny tidbits. I am going to go down to the corner here, though, because I see a pretty big pile down there. And maybe we'll get lucky and be able to finish this bale off. Let's see what we've got. 94%. Man, now it's feeling close. Like maybe I should just try and finish it off with what we've got in the field for the fun of it, for science. See if we can. All right, here we go. We're gonna down tick that. We're gonna try and do a better job of lining up. Now, since missing bits when we're already trying to clean up the missing bits. 96, 97, 98, 99. Actually getting more out of this than I was expecting. Well, there we go. We should be at 100 then. And we're good to go. All right. We are done enough for what we've got going on. Turn that off, drop a bale right out here in front of the truck. A nice, easy spot for it. And I'm going to take this guy right over to the fuel barrel before I forget to fill him up. Because you guys know me. I have a tendency to forget everything. It's been a theme this episode. Well, we've got it all topped off now. I'm going to go ahead and hook this baler back up. And let's see what else we've got cooking. Our digestate's still moving over here. And it looks like our poor swather has some serious problems on these hills. It's unfortunate, but we'll go ahead and get him started again for the last little tiny bit here that we've got to go. And then I need to hop on out here with the rake and get this all taken care of too, so that we can finally be done with our second cutting of hay. So let me go grab that guy. I'm just gonna wait for a second. We might as well take this guy back up to the farm as well. I don't even need the worker for this because all we're gonna do is come down here and zip up this little tiny bit. It looks great. And I'll run him back up and we'll go grab the swather and the baler. The swather, I gotta quit calling him a swather. The rake and a baler. So we're gonna just pick up the rake back here and I think immediately get the baler on follow me as we need to head over to that field. I think the easiest way to head over to that field is actually going to be to circle out on the main road here and drive over to the house rather than trying to get around by the bin site there. Now this is where leaving all this equipment in our tiny little yard area is a little bit of a pain, but we've got enough room to get turned through here. It's a little ridiculous using the 8RX on this rake, but you use the tractor you've got available to you. So we're making do. And then hopefully I left that guy running and I can do a right control F. There we go. Here we are and off we go. Is he coming or not? Doesn't look like it. Let's go back over here and see what happened. Looks like he got confused and didn't pick up the course after all. Let me try this one more time. Okay, follow. There we go. He's following. Follow me right into a fence. A little bit unrealistic there, baling up all that gravel. Probably wreck the baler, actually, if we were to do that in real life. But we didn't have far to go. It was easier just to get everything started off once and be done with it. And I'm going to try and bring all of this over and around with me. We're a little bit out of whack here, but we'll sort it out. Just got to make sure we don't miss a bunch on the edges. Looks like the baler's doing a good job of keeping up. And this field should be awesome for everything. It's got nice gradual turns for the part that we do need to move around, so no complaints. And this is going to take just a minute for us to wrap up, so let's jump into it. All right, we have pretty nearly finished this field. There's just the smallest amount back in this corner. I don't even need the windrower for it. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the windrower up. But we're going to try and just have the baler follow me down to pick up this last little row of grass that we've got down here. If I can do this right, it's going to be less time wasted than me trying to switch between machines here. There we go. Should work out nicely. Nice gradual turn here. And I'm back on up to the farm. Perfect. Should be worth enough to finish off that bale that we were in the middle of. Liking it. Looking good. And as always, we got a few more bales out of this field than I was anticipating. Not a ton of bales, but it always surprises me just how much hay you can pull off of a small area of land. I am going to get too far away from our baler at some point. I'm going slow right now because I'm hoping that it'll continue to follow me and I can have him run over this a little bit right here that we still need to pick up. I think we did a pretty good job on everything else, but if I can get him to follow me down to the end of the field like this, we'll pick up these couple of bits, and then I can go grab the bale trailer and bring it back over here. I'm going to leave this guy here, though, because I don't want him getting things confused. We're going to get rid of his course play course, and I might as well jump into this guy next and keep our slurry spreader moving. He's around here somewhere. There he is, way down over there. We've got so many little jobs going that it's starting to become not difficult, but easy to lose track of what we're working on and keep everything moving. That is the nice thing about completely automating the slurry spreading normally, is that even if it takes a lot longer, he'll go and refill on his own, so he's still getting stuff done, even when I'm not there to keep him moving. But I think we've gotten into a pretty good groove with this slurry spread and stuff, that it's not a huge inconvenience to hop over here and run the refill rig. There we go. All fired up and ready to go. I always like to stick around just to make sure that the spreading actually started. We'll probably have one more refill to do on this field before we're all said and done. It's looking like we're about to get started on the headland passes soon, which is great, but we will, as always, continue to keep this truck parked off of the side of the road, off the side of the field, I should say. We'll park him facing the other way this time. My intuition says that we'll be somewhere down in that corner when we need to refill him next. And our baler caught up here with the follow me going. So let's go ahead and kill this off. How do I kill it off? I've got follow offsets. I've got follow distances H to dismiss the worker. Perfect. Turn off the baler, which is going to unload everything. Raise it up. We're at 96%. Really? All right, well, maybe we can pick up... Man, this field, we did such a good job with this field. We don't have a lot of tidbits left laying around. I'm going to pick up this little scraggly bit here, but that's only going to be worth 1%. I guess we could always go park this thing back where we usually do and pick up some of those bits left in that field behind the bin site there. That might be the best place to do it if I could ever get up this hill. Man, this tractor's really struggling. Come on, you can do it. I should have probably not tried to go straight up the side of a steep hill like this. There we go. I had it down too many gears. And it probably doesn't help that I was running the baler still. All right, we're all fixed up now. Let me see if we can find one of those swaths of hay that still needed to be picked up down here. Got a couple of spots. Go ahead and grab this closest one. It goes like the whole length of the field. I can't get to 100% on this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, these are actually bigger than I thought they would be. Maybe I'll just take this all the way down since we keep getting quite a bit of hay out of it. I do want to shut this off though real quick and dump this bale. There we go. That way we can pick it up without having to drive all the way down here to figure it out. And yeah, man, we're getting a few percent of hay off of this. Still not worth it to go and do the whole field, but I might as well grab the bit that's literally straight in front of me. And then we'll curve in here and circle back up and put it in the shed. Oh, side hills. I always forget you're not set up for this very well, Baylor. All right, here we go. That was worth another 9%. Surprising indeed. I should have backed that forage harvester up a bit more. We're going to park this right over here. Should be more or less out of the way. Fold it up so that we don't run into it with the bale trailer when we're coming through here. Shut it down so we're not burning through fuel unnecessarily. And we'll get the last 2 bales off of this field. And maybe head over and grab some off of the other field there. I don't think they're all going to fit on here. I should probably empty this before we go over there, but we're already down on this end. We might as well just head in, see if I get lucky. I don't think I've picked up the bales on any of these other fields either. We got a number of bales to pick up still. Actually, we might get lucky and get all these on there now that I'm looking at it. There's not that many out here. We're only half full at the moment. We're going to swing this way, then we're going to swing back around, get the lone bale over here, and then right back up the other side here. 8 bales left, 7 bales left, capacity left. I'm thinking no. We're going to have like 1 bale left out here. It's going to be annoying. Well, I suppose we can at least make sure it's the closer bales that we have to come back to get. I think I've got 3 left out around this half, so we'll grab those. We've got 2 bales that didn't fit onto this trailer, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'm also amused at the irony. We buy a brand new bale trailer, and then I'm still using this one because the other one's full right now. Oh, and this is still doing that weird thing. I noticed the other bale trailer doesn't do this weird thing where the bales hop all over the place when that gets full. I don't know what's going on with that. It is what it is, though. And I'm going to take this right over here and park it right behind the semi. We're going to get all of these loaded up into the harvest store here shortly, I think. We're going to make enough feed as we start moving time forward to justify all these bales going into the harvest store. So let me just leave this. I don't want to block the driveway. I'll leave this like right here. Our digestate is still moving around the field here. I thought he would have been sitting idle already, but not so much, which is a good sign. We're getting pretty far with this. So let me go ahead and jump in this semi and get the trailer switched out so that we can go and pick up some more of this lime that we need to get spreading on. That'll be a fun job for sure. There we go. We do have a bit of lime. Good deal. I don't remember which compartment that's in, so let's see if I can get this guy turned around without having to go all the way out to the road. It looks like our lime is in the backmost compartment, so I'm going to go ahead and get this auger coming out. And before we start doing anything, I'll move it all the way to the back compartment. And then I should be able to just run up right alongside this and dump into this. Whoop, our camera's getting a little crazy here. There we go. I don't think this is going to be enough to top it off, but it'll be enough to maybe justify getting a start. Let's see what we've got. 50%. Not really, but we'll take it and run with it. I guess the field behind me is the only field that I've gotten all of my bales off of right now. So I'm going to see if we can get turned around here. We're not the most agile in these big tracked vehicles, but should work out. And we will go ahead and set up a quick course play course for this, I think. That way, as we get empty and stuff, we can always resume. Create job, generate course. Sure, 2 headlands sounds great. Is that width the same, or is that from when I manually did the other one? I don't actually know. Where's the start point on this course, though? I don't know, but let's just say start at the beginning and you'll figure it out. Oh, there it is. Oh, we must be doing headlands last with this implement. That'll work. That's fine. Yeah, it's so much easier to see when the grass is low like this. And we definitely needed some pH, so this is going to work out for us. I like it. And just checking in on our slurry spreader. He's still going to town. Got less than 10%, so he's going to need a refill soon, but not immediately so. All our mowing's done. You know, I think the only thing left to do is to pack this guy up. I'd really like to get rid of those seeds. Can I drop the seeds out with I? I cannot. We're going to take this guy up and get him filled up with lime at the co-op here. We'll just sacrifice the 1 bin of seeds that's already got stuff there, and the rest of this should be able to get enough lime up here. I'm hoping to tackle at least our small fields in one trip. Bulk fill, dry, go. And with that, I think, aside from spreading lime, we're in a pretty good spot where we could probably start moving the time forward again. We've got all of our grass work done. So let me bring this guy up to the yard so I don't forget where he's at. And we'll get the slurry spreader refilled again. And then we'll be ready to, I think, just move time forward at least 1 day while we're working on spreading this lime. I just saw that Betty is blocked by an object. I think Betty is our lime cart driver, and my guess is there's a bale left out in that field that I missed somewhere. I don't know. There's always something going on this farm, though. We'll park this guy right here for lack of a better spot. Yeah, that lime cart's in kind of an awkward spot over there, just sitting in the field. I don't know what happened to it. I thought I got all the bales, though. Well, we'll go out and check on that in a minute. Let's keep the slurry spreader going here. My goodness, it's one of those things where I feel like sometimes there's nothing to do and everything's under control. And then sometimes you're just running around like crazy trying to keep up with everything. And today's episode's been more of the latter. Trying to keep everything moving is proving to be quite challenging. Let's see if I can line this up a little bit better. There we go. Move her out of the way. Resume our course. And I'm hoping that this is enough for the slurry spreader to finish this field. Not sure, though. We'll find out, I suppose. And I still don't see what might be blocking the lime spreader over there. Inquiring minds want to know. We got to get this guy off the field first, though. Although I suppose, actually, the slurry spreader's not going to come back in field in this spot, so I can leave him right here. It's actually a good spot for it. Okay, it looks like most likely it was just too sharp of a turn. And he was spinning out. So if I ziggity zag over here and then hit play, how is this going to play out? It looks okay, although he's doing this wiggly woggly thing, but hopefully once he gets going, he'll stop that. The problem with tracked vehicles. Usually I don't have these kind of problems with this particular setup, so I'm surprised that he's doing it. There we go. Seems to be sorting himself out. Well, you've got 2 minutes of wiggling and waggling there to do. I'm going to leave you to it before I get dizzy. And yeah, we're moving and grooving on this stuff. I'm feeling pretty good. I think this is going to be a great spot to wrap up today's episode. We can pick up this bulk feed and get it back up to the farm, and then we'll be able to wrap up some of these odd jobs off camera, I think, for next episode, and finally jump into our silage work that we have that needs to be done. line. Is that going into there? All right, perfect. Yeah, so stay tuned for next episode where we'll jump into our corn silage work, which should be a lot of fun this season, as we've got a number of really big fields, and we're going to try and pick up some more equipment and really keep things moving in a quick manner with the way we're using course play and auto drive and all that good stuff. We're going to see if we can really fully automate that silage job. If you like the episode, hit that like button for me. It helps me out a lot. And that's all for today. Kedrick out.